Okie doke, alright, so today I'm going to be making a few espresso drinks. In what should be the last couple of days, I'm in this little Airbnb holding facility. And I'm going to be attempting to keep it fully pono, not to mention fully ono, which are lovely Hawaiian words for harmonious and delicious, effectively and respectively, which really are two of my very favorite things. I'm going to be pulling shots exclusively from a local Hawaiian roaster, Paradise Roasters from Hilo on Big Island, and going through an assortment of their offerings to give you my honest opinion. First up is their Blue Sky Light/Medium Roast blend. This one's meant to be a crowd pleaser, balanced sort of between modern and traditional. I pulled a pretty nice shot, first try ever with it here in this video. Used my most common preferred grind size for light roast, which on my DF64 is usually set at 11, though yours might vary depending on 0. And I dosed just a bit more than the middle point of my basket, which is the original manufacturer's double shot basket for the Cremina, 14 to 16 gram range, and I put in 15.4. The next shot is a bit more unusual and harder to dial. It's actually a Laotian origin coffee, which will be a first for me, and it's a Geisha, or Geisha, depending on the person you're talking to. I kept the grind size the same, but underdosed slightly at 15.2 grams to help things flow a bit faster. I also just finessed the shot a bit more overall. Looser, briefer WDT to prevent overworking the puck, and I was more careful monitoring the pre-infusion, which ended up being pretty short. And I made sure to set an early bloom to help accentuate those unique tasting notes. And then I tapered the shot to quite low pressure once I had a good flow going. After a few tastes from each, it's clear the coffee from Laos tastes better as a straight shot. This is not a surprise, it's a light roast single origin, and geishas are one of the highest tiered varietals. It was also triple the cost, so I'm not besmirching the Blue Sky blend at all. I think it's actually very good, but I can tell in a few sips that it'll be nice in a latte, whereas the Geisha from Laos will not. So I transfer the Blue Sky into a bigger glass and add a bit of local Hawaiian lehua honey, deciding to make an iced honey latte out of it, which I'll get back to in a minute. The third shot I'm going to be pulling is one of Paradise Roaster's other mainstays. It's their 100% Kona Classic Medium. Now, Kona is a terroir and not a varietal, so I'm not sure if this is considered a blend or not, only that it's entirely locally grown in the Kona region of Hawaii. Being a medium roast, I decided to pull this shot in more of a classical style, gave it as long a pre-infusion as it seemed like the puck wanted to get going, then moderate low pressure with a taper towards the end. I also did try pulling this shot in a more modern style on a separate day, but the results weren't different enough to change my take. This one was pretty good, but I wasn't especially into it, so I figured I'd give it a shot as a cappuccino, which is more in line with my preference for darker and medium roasts anyway. I gave everything a few more tastes as straight espresso before deciding where each coffee would work best for me and what I like, and then I tried each again in its improved state. The Kona Medium as a cappuccino, the Blue Sky as an iced latte, and the Geisha from Laos as a straight shot. Overall, the 100% Kona Medium was my least favorite of these. It was pretty good, just on the more expensive side for specialty coffee for what it was. $60 for a 12-ounce bag. For me, there's better stuff out there if you're going to spend that amount. The Laotian Geisha was very good and mostly justifies its even higher price tag at $40 for a teeny 4-ounce bag. Geishas, however, are notoriously expensive, but I tried two other premium single origin type specialty light roasts from Paradise Roasters, which aren't included in this video specifically, and the Laotian was my least favorite of those. This Costa Rican was better at the same price point, and this Kona Tropical Punch, which is actually a quote-unquote premium blend, was actually the absolute best coffee from Paradise Roasters that I tasted overall, but it was even more expensive at $50 for the teeny bag and a hefty $140 for the 12-ounce bag. And at the price, these are going to be more like a special occasion coffee for most people. So the Blue Sky blend is actually probably the best overall from Paradise Roasters if you're factoring everything, including value. $15 for a 6-ounce bag is a decent price for specialty coffee, $24 for the 12-ounce bag. I think this roast is actually competitive with Onyx Coffee's Geometry blend, which is arguably the best all-arounder coffee blend on the market, or at least up there. Neither of these is likely to be your absolute favorite at any one particular thing, but Blue Sky, like Geometry, works well at everything. Decent as a straight shot, traditional or modern, goes well in a cappuccino or latte, and it isn't terribly expensive by third wave coffee standards. I'd have to say Paradise Roasters is undeniably a top tier roaster. Maybe I didn't love everything that I had from them, but some of that is personal taste. I tried their dark roast espresso blend. I knew I wasn't going to really like that. It's not my style, but I wanted to give it a shot anyway. They have a lot of different options and scale pretty far, from user-friendly versatile blends like the Blue Sky blend to unique single origins from a lot of different locations. I also really like that they offer the teeny 4-ounce bags. If you're like me, it's nice to be able to try a little bit of everything. You're probably not going to buy 6 12-ounce bags if they're all $50 each, but you might go for that many bags if they're all $15 each. They even have a super limited 100% Kona Geisha Champagne natural process listed on their website. It sells for a whopping $150 for the teeny 4-ounce bag and $400 for the 12-ounce bag. I might have tried it, but it's been sold out and unavailable for months. I've been checking. They're targeting the two most expensive things in the coffee industry with the 100% Kona and the Geisha varietal, but still, it's just cool that they have it. My personal rating scale for evaluating coffee is based on Onyx Roasters Geometry Blend. Geometry being the baseline minimum for what I consider good specialty coffee. Paradise Roasters has a lot of positive overlap with Onyx in my opinion, but I find Paradise Roasters is actually superior by a tier or two in my opinion, which I think is really high praise because Onyx is a great roaster. So personally, after trying a lot of coffees from Paradise Roasters, I would rate them as Geometry plus 1.5, let's say. If you prefer a more academic grading system, I would say A minus. They're very good. Definitely worth a check out.
He's Japanese. No, he ain't. He's Laotian. Ain't you, Mr. Khan?